What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. It is Tuesday. That means it's time for the weekly Nightfall Strike solo. I'm really excited to get into this one because I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about, and this turns out to be one of those, opportunities every week where I get to talk about a lot of stuff that really doesn't fit in like a normal video format. So I got a ton of that kind of stuff. Let's talk about the modifiers real quick. Epic and Nightfall, of course, they're going to be there. And then we got all three burns turned on. Arc burn, solar burn, and void burn. So your loadout is completely up to you. You basically need to just pick your favorite weapons. I'm going to quickly show you my loadout. I went with the Fangaver Ute. This has really become one of my favorite weapons in the game. And whenever I get a chance to use it, because the arc burn modifier is turned on, it just does massive damage. I really enjoy this gun. For a sniper rifle, and I definitely recommend sniping in this, I'm using Aphrodite Spear. This is really my favorite sniper rifle. I am bringing along Icebreaker to use for, basically ammo regeneration, but for the most part, I'll be using Aphrodite Spear. And of course, Gjallarhorn. This thing just does massive damage. Solar Burn is turned on, so that just ups its value tremendously. This thing is really nasty. Now, I am choosing a Warlock. I've gone with the Voidwalker, and I picked a Skull of Dire Ahamkara for my exotic armor. The reason I did this, instead of going with the Obsidian Mind, which is normally my pick, is because I'm tougher while using Nova Bomb. What I found is that I have to kind of jump up in the air, get out of cover to use my Nova Bomb. And there's so many snipers, and there's so many Minotaurs doing, void damage to you, that it's actually pretty dangerous to use the Nova Bomb, because you can kind of jump up, throw it, and before you land, you can be dead. So the Skull of Dire Ahamkara helps with that a little bit. The strategies for this strike have changed quite a bit because of some updates that Bungie has done to the strike. So you're in a little more danger than you used to be. So I think you guys are going to enjoy this. Let's get down to the planet and start this thing up. All right, guys, we have landed on Venus. It's time to get this strike started. They have made actually some changes to this strike to make it a little more difficult for solo players, which I'll kind of go over as we come to those areas. But I really enjoy this strike. I'm excited to kind of get going here. I do want to talk about legendaries a little bit. Tomorrow is going to be Bungie's kind of reveal on what they're going to do with the upgrade path for legendaries, which I find to be really interesting. I never expected Bungie to upgrade Fatebringer. And to see that image last week... Oh, am I going to make the jump? No, sir, I am not. I hate the Warlock jump. So much hate for the Warlock jump. So to see Bungie kind of come out and, show that image of the Fatebringer being upgraded to 365, for me was really surprising, because in all honesty, I don't even want to fight these guys. I'm just going to run past them. In all honesty, I had always thought that Bungie had kind of realized that the Fatebringer was too good. Fatebringer was an amazing weapon that was hard to earn from the Vault of Glass. But once you earned it, it becomes so useful for PvE play that even the weapons that were introduced for the Dark Below,
what are they doing in here?
Didn't see a whole lot of use for Fatebringer users, right? The Fatebringer was still better than a lot of the raid weapons from Vault of Glass, which is stunning. That's like the combination, I think, of Firefly and a hand cannon with Outlaw on it. I mean, the thing is a monster. So I always just assumed, we'll never see another hand cannon with that combination of perks. And I certainly didn't think that they'd ever let us upgrade the Fatebringer, right? It'd be one of those things that, that was awesome, remember the Fatebringer, but we'll never see something like that again. That's kind of what I thought, but to see that image was, frankly, it was really shocking. It was really surprising. So we're definitely going to get, like, some sort of an upgraded Fatebringer. And what other kind of weapons, so let's make the assumption that because they showed one Vault of Glass weapon, that all the Vault of Glass weapons will be upgraded. I think that's a relatively safe assumption. Where'd that Hydra go? I know he's not dead. There he is. So yeah, let's make the assumption that if the Fatebreaker's going to be allowed to be upgraded, then all of the Vault of Glass's weapons are going to be upgraded, which is really exciting because there were some stupendous weapons that came out of there. Vision of Confluence, one of my favorite weapons in the game. Getting that thing up to 365 is going to be great. Will that also kind of go toward... Will we also be able to upgrade Vault of Glass armor? That's one of the questions I have. Will we be able to upgrade Crota's End weapons to 365 and Crota's End armor to 365? Will we be able to upgrade any legendary weapon or armor? I'm sorry, you can't upgrade armor to 365, but light level 34 to the next light level, right? Will we be able to do that? That's my question. You know, will we be able to do any piece of legendary gear that we still have? So I still have like old vanilla Destiny weapons in my vault, like Shadow Price or the Devil You Know. Will those weapons be able to be upgraded to 365 attack?
The Archon priest will be well.
Will old armor, like will that, you know, Hunter Scarf? Oh, that's a class item. You know, but will like the starting armor that you get at the beginning of Destiny be able to be upgraded to light level 34? So every Guardian would look different because there'd be so much more armor available. All right, so real quick, before we move on here, you can see that the Vex and the Fallen are fighting down there. This is the spot I used to use when I soloed this Nightfall. This won't work anymore. What'll happen is you'll go down there, you'll put your dinklage on that door right there, you come back up here, you fight the first wave of enemies, and then the entire encounter resets because you're too far away from the play zone. So we can't use these cliffs as sniper locations anymore. What we can do is use this area. But what we gotta be much more careful about it because we can get sniped from here. And captains and minotaurs can come up here. So we gotta be very careful using this spot. So you got these snipers. Is it the only one? Nope. So anytime that we're looking at enemies down in the pit there, we're going to be focusing on the ones that could potentially come up here. So that means minotaurs and captains. And a group of minotaurs with Voidborn turned on will kill you very, very rapidly.
We'll need to get through. I'll check it out.
As will a captain at close range. You know, those captains are absolutely deadly. I find this change to be interesting because, you know, frankly, staying up on those cliffs makes this Nightfall a breeze. You know, like all you're doing is just you're shooting down, waiting for your icebreaker to refill, and then shooting down some more. So this adds somewhat to the challenge, although you'll see it's still not that bad. You just got to be careful of, again, things that can warp up here and snipers. So the first thing I'm going to do is find the Minotaurs and take them out. The next priority is going to be snipers. But I still got a Minotaur down there that I want to take out. You know, I think it would be awesome if we could upgrade any legendary, right? But the counter argument to that would be, do you really want to be using the same weapons, you know, all the way through Destiny? Let's assume that with Destiny 2, they're going to leave the old stuff behind. They've already said that you'll be able to take your Guardian and your weapons from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2. But let's assume that, you know, there's the new weapons are going to be, let's say, 500 attack, and the old weapons kind of max out at 400 attack, and there's no way to do it. So your Galahorn is maxed out at 400 attack. Rocket launchers in Destiny 2 have 500 attack, right? So there'd be an actual reason. Oh, I forgot about these guys over here. There'd be an actual reason to stop using Galahorn, which I'm a fan of. I understand that people love Galahorn, but I don't want to be using it for the next 10 years. I don't want it to be the best rocket launcher in Destiny, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, however they number all of that stuff. You know, that would just be boring, right? Using the same guns for the life cycle of the Destiny franchise would suck. But even in the next 2 years, so let's assume Destiny 2 comes out in September 2016, which I think is a lot to assume, but you know, let's go with that. Do you want Galahorn to be your rocket launcher until September of 2016? I don't. You know, I'd like new and better stuff to come out. I'd like some decisions to make, you know, like if I want to do massive damage, but like, does Galahorn always have to be the answer? You know, same with Icebreaker. At some point, I'd like to see Icebreaker kind of get left behind. Speaking of Icebreaker, oh, I'm already switched to it. Just because, you know, I want new weapons to be new and interesting. I want, you know, new stuff to do inside Destiny. That was a miss. Oh, that guy's pissed. So I'm always watching this bridge, right? If anything starts creeping up there, I don't want anything surprising me from the left-hand side. When all burns are turned on, there's basically nothing in this game that can't kill you really quick. I wanted to ask you guys, too. What do you guys think about all burns being turned on? Like, I wouldn't want it every week, but I think it's interesting because you get to... Basically, you get to pick, like, your favorite weapons. I know there's more harpies over there. You know, so, you know, with all burns turned on, you know, you get to load out however you want, and I think that's really interesting. Later on today, I'll be doing a shotgun only Nightfall with my clan, and I'm excited about that. And I'm already starting to think about, like, which shotguns do I want to bring. You know, my primary is probably going to be a shotgun. It's going to be universal remote. So what will my secondary be? You know, invective's out of the question, unless I don't decide not to use universal remote. There is no juggler, so you don't have to worry about running out of ammo, really. And you can bring extra synth packs. Alright, so you know what I'm going to do here is actually switch back to Ephrodite Spear and Galahorn, which we were just talking about. And start loading up rockets for Galahorn. There's a ton of stuff down here. So the other side of the argument is that with all burns being turned on, there's really no choices to make, right? You have your favorite weapons, and you have the weapons that you know do the most damage, like Galahorn. But when there's an arc damage strike, then you have to choose arc damage weapons. Do you go with an arc damage rocket launcher? Do you choose Thunderlord? You know, what do you do in that situation? I think a lot of people find that more interesting, and I'll say I agree with him somewhat. You know, I like the decision process. But some weeks it's fun to get all burns turned on. I think it's cool. Lucky for us, this part of the strike has not kind of had sniping nerfed out of it. I don't want to use any rockets on this part because I want to save them for later. I'd like to save them all the way to the Archon Priest. A void damage sniper rifle would be better against these, but I just didn't bring one along, unfortunately. I'm going to go... I'll just pop a synth, I guess. I finish that guy up with my scout. This gun is a beast! Alright, be careful of the harpies over here. If you get them from long enough range, it shouldn't be a problem. I think we can move on. I am going to briefly look for ammo. And we'll get moving. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Would you rather see all burns turned on so you can pretty much pick whatever weapons you want? Or would you rather see just one type of burn modifier? Now with all burns turned on, you know, it's a double-edged sword, right? Yeah, you're way more powerful because every weapon you have is basically going to do burn damage. So you're much more powerful. But so are the enemies. You know, it's not a one-way street. Although, arguably, we are much more powerful than any enemy. I'm just going to blow that thing up. I didn't get much to go in there. Whoa! Grenade! That counted as a critical. I like shot him in the shoulder. All right, we gotta mess with this. Is this an Axis Bind or just a regular Hydra? I'm not sure. Is he just gonna stay behind there the whole time? It would appear so. And he drops some heavy. And there's some special up here. Great success. All right, and that brings us to what I think is the most dangerous part of this entire strike, and that's the clearing out the mobs before the Archon Priest kind of is released from his cell. Again, everything is doing burn modified damage. So we are going to be super careful here. I mean, you can see how much damage everything does to you. And we just don't want to mess with it, right? We've gotten this far in the strike. You know, we don't want to fail now. And my question is, similar to that area in front of the catch, is this area gonna kind of be fixed now so you can't be up on these cliffs? That's gonna make it significantly harder for a soloist. A soloist. I'm making myself crack up with that soloist.
A cell from the prison of elders. The Archon priest is still inside.
I say we get a few titans in here and just push that fucker off into the cliff. Off of the cliff. Where is this guy hiding? There he is. Look at that. Man, they do a lot of damage. Oh, that was some bad sniping. There's that warlock jump bouncing me around. I thought I killed that sniper. Oh. Where's that guy going? Very confused sniper there. The Fangiryu is just a badass gun. I don't know if it's as good as the Vision of Confluence. You know, it does more damage because it's got a higher attack value right now. I don't know. Does it actually have a higher impact value as well? I'll have to look at that. But it'll be interesting. Once the Vision of Confluence is a 365 gun. A lot of people were using that in the Crota's End raid. At least on the normal mode. Including me. I love that gun. Oh, I can't get that guy. There we go. Alright, I think we need to start venturing out a little bit here. Oh. I have silenced considerably. Now that I actually find the game somewhat difficult. There we go. Got that guy kind of mid teleport there. That was cool. I know there's more. Rather not go in there after him, though. Oh, here we go. Catch! Oh, we got a ship coming in. You want to hide from that ship as much as possible. That thing will mess you up in a hurry. And you can hear its kind of sound signature. Kind of coming in. Alright, let's see if we can take some of these guys out from the cliff. That was some properly poor shooting right there. This guy gonna stand still in a spot where we can shoot him for a little while? That'd be nice. Like that guy. There he is. This guy does massive damage. As captains do. He's standing close enough to that. I think he was. Just started using Lance. And I gotta say, I kind of like it. So quiet. Where's everybody? Where'd that asshole go? There he is. Alright. Archon Priest time. A little heavy ammo, that was nice. So my strategy is going to remain the same. It doesn't seem like our cliffs are kind of nerfed the way the ones by the catch were. So we are going to blast this guy. Ow. If I take any damage at all, I'm basically going to come recuperate and then go back out. Taking enough damage that I don't want to mess around anymore. Can I pop a super or a heavy? That'll work. Alright, there's a ship coming, so I'm backing off. Heard that little pop. Just wait for him to get out of here. And the priest is almost dead, so... Whoa, we got a bunch of stuff shooting us there. So if I go up there, I want to immediately be concerned with snipers. There we go. Doesn't look like everything's gonna despawn here.
I'll contact the Vanguard. Let them know the Archon priest is dead.
One more fallen Archon gone to dust.
Which is annoying.
Good. But if the fallen found the prison of elders, I'm sure we'll be
Might as well use those up, though.
today. We celebrate.
Don't know why that happens. Sometimes after you kill him, stuff doesn't immediately despawn. And with the almighty shank, that could be very dangerous. Alright, so what are we going to get for our reward? I always love seeing the reward. I'm hoping for Monte Carlo. I really am. Let's see. What do we got? A Hawk Moon. You can never be disappointed with Hawk Moon. Check that bad boy out. That is a very cool gun. I have Hawk Moon. But, I mean, it's Hawk Moon. It's Hawk Moon. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.